Here are the 7 contestants preparing for today's show. Only one of them could take home the prize money of up to £20,000. The rest of the team will go home with nothing, as round by round they will be voted off as the weakest link.
Welcome to the weakest link. Any of the 7 people in the studio here today could win up to £20,000. They don't know each other. However, if they want to win that prize money, they'll have to work as a team. But 6 of them will leave with nothing, as round by round we lose the player voted off as the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
Hello, my name is Mary, I'm 32, and I'm a waitress.
I'm Mitchie, I'm 50 years old, and I'm a plumber.
Hi, I'm Evelyn, I'm 44, and I'm a musician.
My name is Bernard, I'm 26 years old, and I'm a comedian.
I'm Cindy, I'm 37 years old, and I'm a fitness instructor.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, I'm 53, and I'm a chef.
My name is Johnny, I'm 35 years old, and I'm a motorbike salesman.
Now the rules. In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £2,500 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 7 correct answers. If you say pass or get your question wrong, you'll break the chain and lose all that money in the chain. However, if you say the word bank before the next question is asked, the money is safe, but you'll start a new chain from scratch. As ever, the first question is worth £50. Remember team, at the end of the round only money that has been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 2.5 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. And that's you, Bernard. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Bernard, in the Gregorian calendar, which month has an extra day in a leap year?
February.
Correct, Cindy. In maths, what is 100 minus 53?
47.
Correct, Jeremy. What do the initials LOL stand for?
Laugh out loud.
Correct, Johnny. Which family of musical instruments do the drums belong to?
Percussion.
Correct, Mary. In the animal kingdom, what type of insect is a ladybird, beetle or moth?
Beetle.
Correct, Mitchie. In a game of pool and snooker, what color is a cue ball?
Black ball. No, I mean white ball.
Nope, you said black ball first. White ball is the correct answer, Mitchie. Evelyn, in dairy food products, Wensleydale and Double Gloucester are both types of what?
Cheese.
Correct, Bernard. Which sport can you get a maximum score of 180 points?
Darts.
Correct, Cindy. Which ITV news presenter is also the presenter of Loose Women, Nina Hussain or Charlene White?
Charlene White.
Correct, Jeremy. Complete the title of the TV program The Police. What? Interceptors or Conceptors?
Interceptors.
Correct, Johnny. According to the USA, DMV is abbreviated to Department of what?
Motor vehicles.
Correct, Mary.
Bank.
In geography, what is the capital city of Germany?
Berlin.
Correct, Mitchie. In the board game Snakes and Ladders, if a player lands on the ladder, they have to move in which direction?
Downwards.
Even upwards.
Oh, for goodness sake, Mitchie.
Evelyn, which American singer has the following hit singles: Beat It, Billie Jean, and Thriller?
Michael Jackson.
Correct, Bernard. Which children's nursery rhyme character can eat no fat?
Jack Sprat.
Correct, Cindy. In electronics, which equipment might be affected by the virus? Computer or television?
Computer.
Correct, Jeremy. In video games, the 2 main characters of classic Grand Theft Auto who can swim are Carl Johnson and which other?
Vic Vance.
Correct, Johnny. What's the name of the Irish former Love Island contestant who has starred in the show called You're Joking Me?
Maura Higgins.
Correct, Mary.
Bank.
In public transports, the tram runs on how many rails?
2.
Correct, Mitchie. In which U.S. state would you find the Brooklyn Bridge? Time's up. The correct answer, Mitchie, which isn't in the tip of your tongue, was New York. You've managed to win £2,000, so you missed your first £2,500 target. Who do you think shouldn't have bothered to come here today? Who has already been falling to pieces? Who is clearly not working as a team? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Having banked £2,000 for the team, Mary is the strongest link in this first round. Mitchie is statistically the weakest link, since he answered all of his questions incorrectly and lost the team the most money. But, in this early stage of the game, will the rest of the team have noticed?
Okay, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Mitchie.
Bernard.
Mitchie.
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 Jeremy. What do you do for a living?
I'm a chef.
How long have you been a chef?
For 23 years.
That seems very long. I bet you must have a lot of experience in cooking.
Oh yes, I certainly have. And I am most likely a professional chef.
That's nice. And what are your special dishes that you've cooked?
Well, my special dishes I cook, a beef lasagna, macaroni cheese, lamb kebabs, and steak and onion pies. Also for desserts, I make cheesecakes, chocolate cakes, custard tarts, jam donuts, and apple crumble pies.
Very fascinating. And when you're not cooking, what do you do in your spare time?
I like going to movies with my family and friends. And I also like watching cooking documentaries, because I have lots of passion in cooking since I was young.
I see. And have you qualified to be a chef?
Oh yes. I've done a food hygiene course, which mainly involves keeping my hands clean when cooking, being aware of any bacteria on the food, making sure that the cooked food does not touch the raw food, and making sure that the food is cooked safely at the required temperature.
Good for you. So Jeremy, why Mitchie?
I voted for Mitchie, because he keeps letting us down in this first round, which involves getting all of his questions wrong and making us lose lots of money. And his questions were very easy, especially the questions about the cue ball and snooker in the game Snakes and Ladders. Even the kids would get these questions correct when they're watching the show on TV.
Right. So Cindy, you said that you're a fitness instructor?
Yes.
And for how long have you been a fitness instructor?
I've been a fitness instructor for 9 years.
And tell me more about your fitness instructing job.
Well, what I like about my job is teaching some exercise classes, demonstrating to the people at the gym about how to use each equipment, and making sure that the gym is safe from any hazard.
Nice. And do you enjoy your job as a fitness instructor?
Yes, definitely. I'm always willing to help those who want to stay fit and healthy.
Okay. So Cindy, why have you voted for Mitchie?
Because I'm pretty certain that he's the worst player in the round. He got all of his questions wrong, and he made us lose lots of money.
Well, he was indeed the worst player. Mitchie, the plumber who has gotten all of his questions wrong and made the team lose a lot of money. Unanimously with 6 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm extremely embarrassed with myself after what I've done in the game, and I'm definitely the first one to get voted off by everyone in this first round. I'm never going to hear the end of the questions about the cue ball and the game Snakes and Ladders, and because of this everyone is going to laugh at me when I go back home.
Round 2. You've managed to win £2,000 in the last round after you've missed your £2,500 target. 6 of you left. We're cutting 10 seconds from the time. We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. And that's Mary. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Mary asks, if I bought a box of cookies for £11.35 and paid with the £20 note, how much change would I have left?
£8.65.
Correct, Evelyn. In the television the show Tizuaz was shown on which day of the week?
Saturday.
Correct, Bernard. In food what color is the aubergine, green or purple?
Purple.
Correct, Cindy. In biology what is often referred to as the powerhouse of the cell?
Sorry, can you please repeat the question?
In biology, what is often referred to as the powerhouse of the cell?
Is it the mitochondria?
Correct, Jeremy. If A is Alpha and Z is Zulu, what is R?
Romeo.
Correct, Johnny. In transports how many speed Shimano gears do monkey bikes officially have?
Four.
Correct, Mary. In the Bible which vessel came to rest on Mount Ararat after the flood?
Noah's Ark.
Correct, Evelyn.
Bank.
Well, that's much better, team. Well done. After getting rid of Mitchie, who has cost you so much money in the previous round, you've managed to reach your £2,500 target in this second round. That money will go through to the next round, but of course, one of you will not. Yet again, team, you will have another 10 seconds less, and you must continue to streamline the team who has been half asleep, who has started to get confused, who's just not fast enough to keep up with the others. One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
In this impressive second round, Evelyn banked all the money for the team, but Mary is the strongest link again, having answered the most questions correctly. The weakest link statistically is Bernard. But who will collect the votes this time?
Okay, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Jeremy.
Cindy.
Cindy.
Jeremy.
Johnny.
Cindy.
Bernard. Tell me, what do you do for a living?
I'm a comedian.
What sort of funny, entertaining things do you do to make the audience laugh?
I make pranks and jokes about grounding cartoon characters on TV.
How do you exactly do that, and what sort of cartoon characters are you talking about?
I say the word grounded multiple times, and the cartoon characters I'm talking about are classic Caillou, Dora, Little Bill, etc.
So these cartoon characters you're talking about are most likely to do with children's entertainment, right?
Yes, that's right.
I see. Well, why don't we hear your grounding prank then?
With pleasure, here goes nothing. Oh 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 oh. G-R-R-R-R-R-R-R-R-R-R-R-R. Raw. Oh my freaking god, classic Caillou. How dare you causing trouble at school and at home, and misbehaving on road trips. That's it. You are grounded for 194,753,286 years. Go to your room right now, you stupid ugly jerk.
Wow. That is the most funniest grounding prank I've ever heard, and that reminds me of watching this on Go Animate.
I agree entirely, and I also bet you could pull some grounding pranks as well, as I realize that you have Eric's voice, which is the funniest.
Oh, you mean like this? Classic Caillou, I can't believe you are the worst character ever. In addition, how dare you begging to go to Chuck E. Cheese's, destroying somebody else's belongings, vandalizing the school property, getting other people in trouble for no reason at all, and worst of all, ending up being in dead meat. That's it. You are grounded for 947-838-4720-37407-20138579479679609328556 centuries. Go upstairs to your room right now, or it will be punishment time for you.
Wow. That is a lot more funnier than mine. You're a legend.
So Bernard, why do you want to get rid of Cindy?
Because she seems to be more slower than anyone else, and I realized that she was the only one to have asked for the question to be repeated.
Okay, Johnny, remind me what you do.
I'm a motorbike salesman.
What sort of motorbikes do you sell?
The motorbikes I sell are mopeds, classic bikes, chopper bikes, cruiser bikes, and monkey bikes.
Very nice. And speaking of monkey bikes, what took you so long to answer that question?
Well, I just found out on test drives that a few monkey bikes have only 3 gears, but I just got lucky when I answered 4, as most of them had 4 gears.
Right. And let's say if I get a monkey bike from your store, would you give me a good one?
Of course. We always make sure that every single motorbike is in flawless condition without any damage, and you can choose whichever ones you want.
Alright. So Johnny, why did you vote for Cindy?
Well, just like Bernard said, she was extremely hesitant, and she was the only one to ask to repeat the question. I'm sorry, Cindy, but we can't afford too much hesitation in the later rounds, so it's time for you to go.
That's fair enough. Well, Cindy, looks like the team has decided they've had enough of you. They think you're too hesitant, and they cannot afford any hesitation in the later rounds. Well, it's time to go back to the gym. With 3 votes, you're the weakest link. Goodbye.
I am very annoyed with myself for being too slow and asking to repeat the question. If I haven't have done that, I would be very likely to go further in the game. I think the next person to be voted off will possibly be Jeremy, or maybe it might be Johnny. Despite not asking for the questions to be repeated, they will definitely start to feel under a lot of pressure.
Round 3. Despite reaching your target in the previous round, you have £4,500 out of a possible 5,000. You're down to 5 players. We're cutting another 10 seconds from the time. We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. And that's Mary. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Mary Jamie Oliver is better known as what type of chef?
The Naked Chef.
Correct, Evelyn. What toe is the name given to the international sport which occurs every 4 years?
The Olympic Games.
Correct, Bernard. How many cards are there in a pack of tarot cards?
52.
No, Bernard. Even 78. Jeremy, the boy band called The Killers originate from which U.S. city?
Las Vegas.
Correct, Johnny. In which year of the 1600s did Queen Elizabeth I die?
1603.
Correct, Mary. How many years of marriage does Emerald represent?
55 years.
Correct, Evelyn. What is the name of the YouTuber who is better known as a legendary food-eating challenger?
Matt Stoney.
Correct, Bernard. In which sport would you score a home run?
Cricket. No, baseball. I mean baseball.
No, I can only accept your first answer. The correct answer is baseball. Jeremy, who was the 28th President of the United States?
Woodrow Wilson.
Correct, Johnny. In the cat family, are tigers larger than lions?
No.
Yes. Mary, in the Looney Tunes cartoons, which character spins like a tornado?
Tasmania.
Correct, Evelyn.
Bank.
Which religion has the largest number of followers, Buddhism or Hinduism?
Hinduism.
Correct, Bernard. According to the law, what C is usually a written document signed by either two or more people who wish to make a legal agreement.
Contract.
Correct, Jeremy.
Bank.
In the Shakespeare play, who was the first person who got killed by Macbeth?
Macduff.
Nope, McDonald. Johnny on the BLT sandwich, what does the letter B stand for?
Bacon.
Bread. Or correct, Mary. Which ocean is smaller, the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean?
The Pacific Ocean?
Nope, the Atlantic Ocean. Evelyn, in politics, what's the full name of Tony Blair's wife?
Cherie Blair.
Time's up. That was the correct answer, but you were out of time. And that round was a complete disaster. After reaching your target in the last round, you only banked a shameful, embarrassing, unimpressive £150. Who do you think has stopped you from making more money? Whose idea was to hold you back? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Having answered all of her questions correctly, Evelyn is the strongest link this time. The weakest link is Bernard again, since he got the most questions wrong, and lost the most money for the team. But, will the other players vote him off?
Okay, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Bernard.
Bernard.
Johnny.
Bernard.
Bernard.
Mary? Remind us what you do.
I'm a waitress.
And for how long have you been a waitress?
For nearly 4 years.
And what makes you want to be a waitress?
I saw an opportunity to work in restaurants, and I have rightfully took it. I'm a great listener and friendly person, when it comes to greeting customers in my restaurant, taking orders, and making sure I give out the correct food and drinks.
That sounds like you enjoy your job as a waitress.
Yes, I surely do. And I'm also glad to be back at work at my restaurant, after 14 months of lockdown due to coronavirus.
Oh yeah, I'm just glad that the wait is finally over. And which restaurant do you work, and what food and drink do you give?
I work in Beefeater, and the food and drinks I give are burgers, grilled steaks, nachos, soft drinks, fizzy drinks, and even alcoholic drinks.
That sounds very sensational. So Mary, what has Bernard done to upset you?
He got 2 of his questions wrong, he made the team lose the most money, and he is starting to fall apart.
Right. So Evelyn, you said that you're a musician?
Yes, that's right.
And for how long have you been a musician for?
I've been a musician for 13 years.
And tell me more about your job as a musician.
I do lots of recordings and rehearsals, and even write my own music, even when it comes to singing.
I bet you find singing very exciting, do you reckon?
Oh yes, singing is my best passion.
Can you sing anything for us?
Well, I wish I could do that, but I'm afraid it's very difficult for the show.
Okay, that's fine. So Evelyn, why Bernard?
He had the opportunity to bank after I passed on £500 at stake, but I'm afraid he blew it with the wrong answer. And it looks like he is in deep trouble for this.
Well, he is probably going to be so grounded for a very long time by his family, friends, and even his audience. Bernard, the 26-year-old so-called comedian, who has fallen apart, which leads to being in big trouble. You made the team lose a lot of money, and it looks like unanimously everyone has voted you off due to your dreadful performance. With 4 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I can't believe what I've just did. I just wanted to help the team reach their £2,500 target very badly, just like we did in the previous round. I don't want my parents to put me in dead meat for this. I'm so scared. Wah 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 wah.
round 4. After that very embarrassing round, team, you have in the bank £4,650, out of a potential prize money of £7,500. There are 4 of you left. We're cutting another 10 seconds from the time. You now only have 2 minutes. We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. And that's Evelyn. Let's play. The weakest link. Start the clock. Evelyn in music, which American rock singer and actor was often referred to as the King? Elvis Presley or Frank Sinatra?
Elvis Presley.
Correct, Jeremy. In the animal kingdom, which reptile's snout is larger, an alligator or a crocodile?
Is it the crocodile?
Correct, Johnny.
Bank.
In the UK, Manchester is connected to Liverpool to which motorway?
Pass.
M62. Mary Jorginal and Winter Nellis are varieties of which fruit?
Pears.
Correct, Evelyn. According to the proverb, which animal might fly if they had wings?
Pigs.
Correct, Jeremy.
Bank.
In the television, the words Captain Slow are the nicknames given to which former Top Gear presenter?
Pass.
James May is the correct answer, Jeremy. Johnny, in food, which type of meat is associated with horseradish sauce?
Lamb.
Nope, beef. Mary, in science, deuterium oxide is better known as which type of water, hard or heavy?
Heavy.
Correct, Evelyn. In the royal family, does Queen Elizabeth II need a passport to travel abroad?
No.
Correct, Jeremy. In board games, what F is the name of the street in Monopoly?
Fleet Street.
Correct, Johnny.
Bank.
What's the name of the second presenter of the quiz game show called Cannibal?
Sally Lindsay.
Correct, Mary. Complete the title of the 1960 David Story novel The Sporting What?
Life.
Correct, Evelyn. Who made the first transatlantic hot air balloon flight with Berlin Strand in 1987?
Richard Branson.
Correct, Jeremy.
Bank.
Time's up. Your bank was out of time. And you didn't do much better in this round, team. You only banked £450. Who is a sneak and a peek? Who doesn't know about national connections? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
For the second round in a row, Evelyn is again the strongest link, as she answered the most questions correctly. The weakest link is Johnny, because he got most of his questions wrong. However, he did bank the most money for the team. Will that save him from the vote?
Okay, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Johnny.
Jeremy.
Johnny.
Jeremy.
We have a tie, Jeremy and Johnny, 2 votes each. Jeremy. Why Johnny?
Because he got more questions wrong than I did, and he is slightly falling apart.
Okay. So Johnny, why did you vote for Jeremy?
Well, I know that I was the worst player in the round, but I can't vote for myself. So I voted for Jeremy, since he managed to get a question wrong, and he was extremely hesitant as well.
Right. And Mary, why have you voted for Johnny?
Because just like Jeremy said, Johnny is slightly falling apart, and he got the most questions wrong out of all of us.
Well, when the vote is tied, the strongest link gets to cast the deciding vote. And the strongest link was Evelyn. Evelyn, you voted for Jeremy, but you now have a choice. You can either stick with Jeremy, or move to Johnny instead. Who do you want to reject from the team?
I would like to stick with Jeremy.
Why?
Because Johnny banked more money than Jeremy did, so I believe it's going to be the banking that counts. And I also agree with Johnny, just like he said in the second round, we cannot afford any hesitation in the later rounds, especially being slow about the Captain Slow question. just before he got it wrong. So I thought he was the weaker player due to that.
Well, Jeremy may have been too slow, and not banking much money as Johnny did. But you're wrong, he wasn't the weakest link in this round. But it's votes that count. Jeremy, the 53-year-old chef. You weren't the worst player in this round, but I'm afraid Evelyn has decided that she's had enough of you because you didn't bank enough money, and you're too slow. It's time to go back to being a chef. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
This is so wrong, absolutely wrong. I can't believe that Evelyn wasn't paying enough attention to who was the real weakest link, which certainly wasn't me. She is just clearly scared that I might win the prize money, and I hope she doesn't win, because she doesn't deserve it. And I'm glad that I will never listen to her stupid arrogance again.
Round 5. Out of the £10,000 you could have won by now, you only banked so far £5,100. There are now only 3 of you left. And we still have Mary the waitress, Evelyn the musician, and Johnny the motorbike salesman. We're cutting another 10 seconds from the time. We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. And that's Evelyn. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Evelyn, in the solar system, how many moons does Neptune have?
I haven't a clue.
14. Johnny, according to legend, where was King Arthur buried?
Avalon.
Correct, Mary. In maths, what is 7 o'clock in 24-hour time?
1900 hours.
Correct, Evelyn. The 2 official spoken languages in India are English and which other?
Hindi.
Correct, Johnny.
Bank.
What's the nationality of the comedian Catherine Ryan?
American.
Nope,
Damn
Canadian.
it.
Mary, in the song 12 Days of Christmas, how many turtle doves are there?
2.
Correct, Evelyn. How old was the American singer Michael Jackson when he died in 2009?
50.
Correct, Johnny.
Bank.
Complete the title of the song by Cole Porter. Let's do what?
Make love.
Nope, let's
Damn.
do it. Mary, in tennis, what is the term used when the server's foot enters the court when the service is completed?
Foot fault.
Correct, Evelyn. In literature, complete the title of the Charles Dickens novel Martin Who?
Chuzzlewit.
Correct, Johnny.
Bank.
In the Nickelodeon comedy series Genie in the House, what's the name of the evil genie?
Echo.
Nope,
Oh my
that.
freaking god.
Mary, which of these animals have external ears, snakes or sea lions?
Sea lions.
Correct, Evelyn. In which film series does Chris Tucker play the character Detective James Carter?
Rush Hour.
Correct, Johnny.
Bank.
Time's up. Your bank was in time. And your performance was still mediocre. You banked £550. Now in round 6 you get the chance to treble what you bank, so potentially, there's £7,500 to be won. The question is, who will be the last one to be caught out? Who will have a lucky escape to go through? Because one of you, of course, is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
For the 3rd time in the game, Mary is the strongest link, with no questions wrong. The weakest link is Johnny again, having answered only 1 question correctly. However, he did bank all the money in this round. Will that save him again when it comes to the final voting?
Okay, voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Evelyn.
Evelyn, why do you want to get rid of Johnny? I thought you said it's going to be the banking that counts.
I thought so too, but I'm afraid his performance is getting worse and worse as the later rounds went on, as he got a lot of his questions wrong in this round, especially the Let's Do Make Love song. And if you're about to ask me if I could sing it, I couldn't, because of, you know what?
Oh yeah, because it's very difficult because of the music background. And finally Mary. Why Johnny?
Because he's cracking under a lot more pressure. And it looks like his time is up because he can no longer keep up.
Fair enough. Johnny, the 35-year-old motorbike salesman. You may have got lucky that Evelyn has spared you because you banked the most money in the last round, but your banking in this round can no longer save you because you got a lot of your questions wrong. It's time for you to go back to selling motorbikes. With 2 votes you're the weakest link. Goodbye.
You know what, I don't blame the girls for voting me off. Because it was well deserved, and I don't even mind that it's only the girls left. It's very difficult to say who would win the money, because so far both Mary and Evelyn only got 1 question wrong in the whole game, and I wish them the best of luck in the final round.
Round 6. In the bank you have £5,650 so far when you could have won £12,500. Mary and Evelyn, just the 2 of you left. You now only have 90 seconds, but whatever you win will be trebled and added to the total winnings of the previous rounds to make your final prize money, so £7,500 is at stake. We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. And that's Mary. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Mary in Roman numerals, which letter represents number 500?
I'm not very good with Roman numbers, so pass.
The correct answer is letter D, Mary. Evelyn, in geography, the Gibson Desert is situated in which continent?
Australia.
I'll accept Australia or Australasia. Mary, in the animal kingdom, what name is given to a group of crows?
Murder.
Correct, Evelyn. Which sport would you associate to Renzo Sanchez Vicario?
Is it tennis?
Correct, Mary. According to the law, what C is a fraudulent imitation of banknotes?
Counterfeiting.
Correct, Evelyn.
Bank.
In science, what D is virology, the study of?
Disease.
Correct, Mary. What is the official currency of Germany, Piastre or Deutschmark?
Deutschmark.
Correct, Evelyn.
Bank.
Which American actress played the object of Robert Redford's Indecent Proposal in the 1993 film of the same name?
Demi Moore.
Correct, Mary. In nature, does chlorophyll in plant leaves absorbs energy from water or sunlight?
Sunlight.
Correct, Evelyn.
Bank.
In fashion, what P is a woolen covering for the head and neck which shares its name with the battle in the Crimean War?
That would be balaclava. Bank.
Time's up. That was the correct answer, but your bank was well out of time. And you've had a chain of 9 correct answers in this round, so therefore, you could have reached your £2,500 target, but instead you've just won £700. Never mind, we will treble that and add it to the total winnings of the previous rounds, so that makes the total prize money today of £7,750. However, only one of you will take that money home. You will now play against each other head-to-head. I'll ask up to 5 alternating questions each. Whoever answers the most questions correctly wins the prize money. It's as simple as that. If we have a tie after 5, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So therefore, Mary and Evelyn, for £7,750. Let's play the weakest link. Evelyn, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first.
I will go first.
Evelyn, in science, what name is given to the lenses which correct both long and short-sightedness?
Convex.
No, the correct answer is bifocal. Mary, in 1998, the English footballer, Jamie Redknapp, got married to which former member of the girl group, Eternal, until they got divorced in 2018?
Louise Nerding.
That's the correct answer. Evelyn, what's the name of the board game where players move their pieces around the cross-shaped course according to throwing the dice?
Lingo?
No, the correct answer is Ludo. Mary, what is the seventh letter of the French alphabet?
Pass.
The correct answer is Shay. Evelyn, in food, sirloin is a cut of which type of meat?
Pork?
No, the correct answer is beef. Mary, in children's TV programs, what's the name of the purple and green American singing dinosaur character created in 1987?
Barney.
That's the correct answer. Evelyn, you need to answer this question correctly to stay in the game. There's £7,750 at stake. In football, if a player takes his shirt off in celebration after scoring a goal, it is known as what offense?
Bookable offense.
That's the correct answer. Mary, if you answer this question correctly, you have won. So, for £7,750. In language, the Russian word babushka means which family member in English?
Mother.
No, the correct answer is grandmother. Evelyn, again, you need to answer this question correctly, otherwise, Mary will take home £7,750. In music, the American singer, Chris Brown, has the hit rap single entitled Till I Die, featuring the two American rappers, Wiz Khalifa and which other?
Big Sean.
That's the correct answer. Mary, again, if you answer this question correctly, then the £7,750 is yours. In a game of chess, which chess piece does the player need to beat in order to win the game?
The king.
That is the correct answer. That means Mary, you are today's strongest link and you go away with £7,750. Evelyn, you leave with nothing. Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.
I am so frustrated with myself for falling apart dramatically in the final. I only got one question wrong in the entire game, and I'm the one who should have walked away with the prize money.
That's what I call fair play, and this should be more than enough money to buy kitchen supplies for my restaurant.